Who was Charlieskies? Phantom drama. Charlie Casey, or the YouTuber Charlieskies, became friends with Phil sometime in mid to late 2008. The oldest currently surviving tweet that references the two of them talking is a tweet from Phil dated the 4th of November 2008. They communicated frequently per Twitter, Daily Booth, Skype and phone, and they had a collab channel together called Pablo is Love. Note: they didn't meet up in person to film any of these collabs. They did meet up in March of 2009 and filmed a video, Zoo Day, that Phil at some point removed from his channel prior to 2012. No one appears to have saved the video before deletion. The Zoo Day video thumbnail can be seen on the Wayback Machine. There is nothing definitive stated by either of them at the time to indicate a relationship, and they seemed to fall out of constant contact within a matter of months after meeting in real life. In June of 2009, around the same time Dan and Phil first began talking, Charlie began dating a mutual friend, Steven. The four of them were friends up until Charlie and Steven's messy breakup in 2010 that resulted in Charlie breaking Steven's nose. In the 2011-2012 period, Charlie made a few comments about his relationship with Phil, though ultimately none were entirely clear, and Phil has certainly never offered up any perspective from his end. In 2012 and 2013, Charlie also became increasingly hostile towards Dan on social media and tweeted a number of inflammatory things, joking about Phan, Dan's sexuality, calling Dan an asshole, and similar things. After a series of especially confrontative tweets in 2013, Dan removed Charlie as a friend on all his social media accounts. Charlie continued to discuss Dan and Phil on Twitter and in live shows, alternating defensive, appreciative tones with Phil and derogatory tones when it came to Dan or Dan and Phil together.
Do you still like Phil? Yes? Fangirling. I ship amazing sticks. Yeah. Not my ship of choice. What is your OTP? I don't know. Please say amazing skies. I said it. I think the Phandom has arrived. Good. I'm not gonna prank call Phil. That's not a good idea. I did it once, ages ago, and he didn't appreciate it. I'm not calling Phil, it's Friday evening, he's probably... I'm not gonna say that, but he's probably busy. Pablo is definitely love, and if you get that reference, then you are an awesome person. Do you ship Phan? Yes, no. I used to. I don't anymore. I love both of them, but... Nope. Phandom killed her. You remind me of Dan so much. Brilliant! I've never heard that one before. Wait, is Phan real? Yeah, I'm just gonna answer that. Why not? Don't you feel awkward when you go to SITC and meet Phil? No, not really. We were hanging around and talking for like a while, and it was awesome. Do you still like Phil? Yes? Fangirling. I ship amazing sticks. Yeah. Not my ship of choice. What is your OTP?
Phil unfollowed him on social media in early 2014. Charlie has since kept quiet about Dan and Phil and withdrew completely from social media in 2015. Emma Blackery briefly mentions Charlie and his relationship with Dan and Phil twice in 2016. In July 2016, the 26th, she was invited to speak in Shane Dawson's podcast and said, "Dan and Phil hate Charlie now."
Like me, I was a massive fangirl of these two YouTubers who were very big in the UK. I was a massive fangirl with them back in 2012. I really wanted to be friends with them. And I was like, trying to talk to them. I'd email them, be like, hey, we should make a collab. I had like 10,000 subscribers, right? I was very naive and stuff. And obviously they would get so many emails. They didn't like reply or anything. Right. But I took it personally. And this was years ago. I took it as like, wow, they're shading me. They don't like me. And then I was friends with someone who was friends with them a long time ago who they now hate, and I was friends with them, so then, lots of drama started with that. And
have you ever...
There's no evidence Phil and Charlie actually ever dated, so it's very inaccurate to call him Phil's ex. Imagine how hurt Phil must have been that someone who called himself his friend and who probably knew that he was outed against his will and who also probably knew at least a bit about why Dan stayed in the closet back then would go and try to out Dan on Twitter when he wasn't even close to being ready. No wonder he ended all contact with Charlie over this. Especially since Charlie is not straight himself, why would someone ever do that? I don't have the full facts on and say that I think Charlieskies cared for Phil deeply and in doing so did some things he can't, if he is in any way a decent person, be proud of now. Now I can't condone ever trying to out someone without explicit permission, but I will say that he was very young and immature and still cared very much for someone he never really had closure, I'm guessing, with, and he has apologized, so while I understand general dislike for him or what he did, I'm not going to join in any active hate parties for him. To be honest, I think that he's been punished enough by having to watch Phil be happy and in love and successful with the person he chose, but that would just be my dramatic writer self-speaking. I have no specific strong emotions on Charlie either way. Based on what I know, these are all the thoughts I have on him. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe. I'll try to review more fandom drama if you like, just let me know.